Money, money, money. Some would say it's what makes the world go round, and on this channel, it kinda does. My name is Corey, and I'm on a mission to grow $500 to $1 million. If you watch this channel often, then you'll notice I recently got a pretty serious haircut. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Today, we're talking about how to make $1 million and how you can do it in your everyday life and how I plan to do it on this channel here. Also, why those ways are different and what changes I'm making going forward. Now take this coin for instance. No matter what you do to it, no matter how you hold it, no matter how you look at it, it's always gonna be the same coin. But it has two sides, and philosophically, that represents that there are multiple ways of dealing or looking at the same situation. Now the coin itself is making $1 million. Heads and tails are just different ways of how we get there. So for example, let's just say heads is the traditional approach. They work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and earn an average wage or an average salary. If this is you, make sure you listen up, because these are gonna be a few tips that are surefire ways to help you get ahead financially in life. But hold on, this isn't financial advice, just the ramblings of a semi-professional, egomaniacal genius philosopher is all. Super genius. So here we go. Step number 1, you must become financially literate and live within your means. Nothing I say from this point on in the video is going to help you at all if your financial foundation is weak and maybe you don't know what steps to take, or maybe worse, you're making bad decisions. There are countless books, websites, podcasts, forums, all on the subject of finance, and you can learn a lot from them. And you'll need to, because you have to establish a fundamental understanding of personal finance. That way, you can make your own informed decisions and you don't have to rely on any silly YouTubers. Number 2, start a side hustle. And now we're talking my financial love language. I don't know if we'll use that or not. I love side hustles. In fact, my entire entrepreneurial career has been a hodgepodge of side hustles that either turned into legit scalable businesses or helped us springboard into larger investments. The possibilities with side hustles are endless. There's countless ways to make money, and I'm sure if you try lots of different things, you'll find something that you not only make money with, but you can even enjoy. And my favorite to this day, as you might have guessed, has been furniture flipping, just based on how much money I can make per hour spent. Number 3, house hacking. Depending on your financial situation, this would actually be the very first thing I do even before a side hustle. That's because I really love it so much. That said, if you don't have the cash on hand to put down for a down payment and closing costs, it's okay. Go ahead and start your side hustle and build up your cash reserves, then come back to this step. So if you don't know what house hacking is when you buy a property and you live in it as a primary residence, but you also rent out parts of it to offset either partially or entirely your mortgage and cost on that property monthly. This can be done with a house, a condo, duplex, triplex, quad, and there's tons of financing options, and a lot of them are even low down payment options too, to help you get started with this in an affordable way. I've done a few house hacking videos in the past, so if you'd like a little bit more in-depth information, make sure you guys go ahead and refer back to those and check those out. Number 4, invest your money. Most likely at this financial stage that we're talking about, the easiest and most accessible way for people to invest their money is going to be in the stock market. Personally, I like real estate the best from an investing point of view. That said, I still invest in stocks every single year into different accounts. And that's really what I want to talk about, the different type of accounts that I invest in and why I invest in a particular order based on priority. Different types of stock accounts have different pros and cons, and that, again, is why you need to develop your financial literacy so you can understand that and make the right choices for yourself. The first thing I do every year is max out my company 401k to the maximum company match. It's free money, so I do it every year. The second thing that I do every single year is max out my family HSA. And the reason I do it is there's a ton of tax advantages to doing this. Your contribution is tax deductible. Then, once you get to a certain point, you can actually invest the money and grow that money tax-free. And then 3, you can finally use that money on qualified medical expenses, again, tax-free. And the third thing I do every year is max out our personal Roth IRA accounts. The reason we do a Roth IRA now is because we actually would prefer to pay the taxes currently at the tax bracket we're in, because we are assuming that later on in life, we'll be in a higher tax bracket. And I would say with almost certainty that no matter what, our taxes will probably be much higher than they are now in the future. Now, I know not everybody likes stocks or the stock market, and that's okay, I totally get it. That said, I like stocks as an option because it doesn't take a lot of effort or work to go ahead and get into it. I like to just buy broad index funds because I don't need to research those items. It's just a big basket of stocks all thrown in together, and it makes investing very, very easy. Now, I did forget to mention, your mindset is very important when you're investing too, because you have to understand, you're not gonna see this money back in your pocket for quite some time. In fact, you won't see it for many, many years, but that's the name of the game we're talking about here. We're building wealth, and wealth takes time. And number 5, continue to expand and be consistent with your growth. There is no one-size-fits-all approach, so expand on these ideas as you continue to gain knowledge and confidence. I can say with certainty that if you take these basic steps consistently over time, you can make $1 million. So of course we started this whole journey with side hustles, and in particular we actually started with a little scooter doing Uber Eats, and in fact, I still got it. Now, side hustles are the perfect way to start this channel because it was a really good way to help us build up a little bit of money, get the infrastructure we needed to move forward, meaning a reliable car and some money to capitalize on opportunities when they presented themselves. But as I'm gonna tell you guys here pretty soon, we're actually looking to move away from that model a little bit and start diving into things that are a bit more scalable and really have some high earning potential. Number 2 is investing on the channel. Now, if I had it my way, I would love to do a house hack here on the channel as part of the journey. It would be incredible for me to take the money we've made thus far and use that as a down payment to get into a multifamily property and show everybody how it's done. That said, I've got a family. I've got 3 kids and a wife, and we've already done this twice now. We're currently in a house hack as we speak, and I don't want to put them through it again. It's not that bad, but at the end of the day, it would be nice for us to move into a normal house here pretty soon rather than keep doing these multifamily house hacks. The channel's in a position that if we're gonna invest in something, we need to have a chance for a significant return. And I know in the section before this, I said that I invest in broad index funds, and that is true for my personal life. But for the channel, we're being a little bit more risky because if I'm honest with you guys, I don't wanna invest $5,000 and then make $500 over the course of a year. I'd rather just flip something if that's gonna be the case for the channel. So all that said, I do like AMC, and I like what it's about, and of course, I like the stock. In the future, when we have higher dollar amounts and more cash to spend and invest, we certainly will do more of these traditional investments of things that I would do in my personal life. But for the time being, we're rolling the dice a little bit and seeing what happens. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys about is I'm actually gonna be changing our business and our current path as to how we're getting to $1 million. I'm actually gonna be scaling back on furniture flipping and junk removal. Those have been activities that have made us a lot of money up until this point, but they're not gonna be what helps drive us to the next level going forward. And I'm still gonna flip a little bit, and I'm still gonna do junk removal jobs as they come in based on referrals. This is one right here that we got from a referral, and I'll tell you guys right now, it was a doozy. Really, it's a doozy. But instead, I'm gonna really dial in on a few activities that I think have a lot of earning potential and things that I can scale up and really help drive us forward here. So here's what all the changes boil down to. Up until this point, we've been flipping furniture, we've been doing Uber Eats, we've been doing junk removal, we did a little teeny bit of investing, but it's time for us to really drill down and dial in on a few items. So let's talk big picture as to what direction the channel is gonna go. I wanna dial in on 3 main topics here going forward. Number 1 being real estate and all encompassing of anything related to real estate. You guys know I have my license, so I would like to do some retail business on there, whether it be selling or helping people assist with buying. That is something I'd like to do, but I'm really strongly interested in the investment side with either rentals, Airbnb, flipping, wholesaling, anything of that nature. So real estate is a number 1 topic and target for us to move forward. Number 2 is related, but a little bit different, and that's going to be investing. As we begin to have this surplus cash, I would like to make more investments, and like I said, that could be in rental properties with Airbnb or even long-term tenants, but additionally, it could be with some of these more traditionally financial investments as well to show everybody how that money can compound and grow over time. And the third and final thing that I'm most excited about is I am actually going to be starting a brand new business very soon. And it's going to be in an industry that's highly competitive, at least in my area, but I have a lot of experience with it, so I feel pretty confident starting something like this completely from scratch. You guys will know a while back I started the junk removal business with no experience at all, and while that did work out okay, this is something that I think is going to have massive scale and can definitely be a business that we grow into and have large amounts of revenue and profit here in the future. Now, I do regret to inform you one thing. I can't tell you exactly what it is quite yet, and the reason is because it requires an element of surprise when we do launch it here. If I go ahead and start yapping about it on camera or talking about it in all these other places, people will know it's coming, and it might be harder for me to get started. But if I keep it a secret till we're ready to launch, then it's gonna have a much higher chance of success getting started. But I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little hint here in a second, and I just wanna say one thing about this new business. I am very excited to start this business. I have high hopes for it, and if I think about one thing that I think people really would like to see on this channel, and I wanna do, for a matter of fact, is grow a business with employees, grow a business with scale, grow a business that has multiple layers of delegation to show people how it will start with a 1 or 2 man show and grow into something much larger, serving many, many more people. And that is something we're definitely gonna do. So I can't leave you hanging. Let me at least give you one little hint before we go. And here it is, a teeny little soccer ball. And the one we'll be using in the future is gonna be a lot bigger. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
I'ma get to 1 mil, finish 500. I've been working non-stop all the time running.